Good morning, folks. I'm going to meet up with a couple of the boys. I'm going to head over towards the west coast, primarily up towards Fort William, over to Arizeg, excuse me, and head down the west coast. Bike's looking really nice and clean. There we go, the old grumpy biker sticker on the front. So yeah, head down the west coast on the way home. Putting on my new summer gloves. At the moment the temperature's 18 degrees. Late last night, doing the old silage. Finished about midnight because it was still light. So, time ahead. Meet up with the boys over in Dumbarton at 8 o'clock, so plenty of time to get there. And just enjoy the day. I do have my waterproofs with me just in the off chance. The sky's looking a little bit heavy. What I'm trying to do now, I've set up the microphones inside with the clipping on. The gain all the way down to -12, so we'll see how it sounds. I do have another camera here. I do like these little cameras, they're good. And we'll see how the footage turns out. Okay, right, so it's Saturday morning. No, it's 18 degrees and it's 7:15. I think, yep, I'll grab myself some fuel before we head off. Right, I'm back. Right, this is me just coming in to meet the boys, but just in at the petrol station at Dumbarton. I think it's an Esso petrol station with a Starbucks. We'll get a little bit of fuel first, top it up. Right, so it's time to feed the rhino, get some fuel. The wee girl's about to move out, I'll just go in there. This is where we mean, 8 o'clock, but I'll feed the rhino first, doesn't have a lot of fuel. Make sure it's all watered up, ready to go. And I'll speak to you soon. Well, I've just got to say that David's just bought the luggage that I wanted. Well, it looks nice with the luggage on it. Let's go. Right, heading to Fort William and then up towards Arizeg. Excuse me. You all good? So we're just leaving Dumbarton. We're going to head up Loch Lomond side. Up through Glencoe. We're not going to stop at the Green Welly. Too pricey. We've just had a brew and a roll and sausage anyway. And go from there. Head up to Fort William. So that's the next stop. 93 miles. All fueled up, ready to go. I've got to admit, Dave's bike's looking good with all the bags on it. The Rhino Walk bags. I do like them. I think if I could sell my Krieger bags, I would buy a set of those. And here we go into Tarbert. We're going to go down the loch side now. Quite a few low clouds. Hopefully the weather gods stay with us. Typical on it, you work all week, scorching sun, you come to the weekend, you might get the bike out, the weather freaking changes. Right, well I don't want to be following this boy all the way through the Loch Lomond side, so... I'm sure that used to be a cafe in there. The chippy right ahead of us was mega expensive. What we'll do is pull in somewhere and see if he wants to get his fuel. Just pull in here. And just check to see if he's alright for fuel. Stephen, do you need fuel? Does he need fuel? Does Stephen need fuel? Ask Stephen if he needs to fuel up.
Fuel up?
Aye, ask him does he need. Right, everybody's alright for fuel. So here we are, the famous green whaley. Let me just change this, watch this lens. Quite expensive, but if you go in there, it's a lot cheaper, and they do hot food. I'm sorry if there's a little bit of wind noise. I've had to just leave my visor open a very little bit at the bottom. It's slightly open. Right, so here we have Stephen just in front of me. So we've got Stephen at the front here, then we've got Jimmy on the XR, and then we've got Dave up the front with the GS. So we're done a wee swap about. Stephen's got one of those Piaggio 450 three-wheeled scooters. He says my legs are sore. We stopped at the traffic lights up there, the roadworks. He says my legs are sore. He's got the most comfiest bike out of everybody. It's like he's sitting on a fucking sofa. Well, the roads are dry up here anyway, so that's a good sign. There's Stephen's there. They've got to be mental, haven't you? To ride a bike, especially when it gets like this. But the thing is, you can't just take a bike out in the dry weather, can you? You've got to enjoy it every other type of weather. So, caught the roadworks good. Right, so there we go. That's Stephen's three-wheeler. Jimmy in the middle there with the XR 900, and Dave at the front with his GS. And I'm on my trusty Rhino Trophy Adventure. Right, heading up towards the top of Glencoe, where the Pied Piper usually is, on the top of the mountain. So we'll see what happens. And that's, I'll show you the bikes. There's Stephen there. There's Jimmy's XR. And Dave's got the exact same bike. We'll see Dave's as he comes up. The boys there are loving it. It's usually a wee camper van that sells tea and coffee there, but so this is the start really of Glencoe. If these cameras down here are the traffic light state red, I'll be able to grab a cable to charge my camera. Can't remember what side it goes on. Must be this side here, yeah. Right folks, we've passed through Glencoe with a wee bit of rain, but nothing too special. So we're probably just about 10 minutes from Fort William. We'll head up to Fort William, see what's happening there. Jimmy needs a toilet break, and then we'll grab a brew and head over towards Malegwe. So it's 19 degrees at the moment here. That's the diving centre. Well, it was the diving centre. I don't know if it's still used. Weather looks okay up here. Doesn't look too bad at all. Right, that's us here at Fort William. Let Jimmy get to the loo, and then we'll start heading up. There, Dave comes in the wrong way, and Jimmy comes in the wrong way. Perfect. Right, catch you soon. Right, we're just leaving Fort William. We had a wee coffee break in McDonald's. So once this car's out the road, we're going to shoot off towards Arizeg and head over that way. Well, we found a little small track that takes us into Strontane and Loch Lynn, a wee single track road. So we're currently on that at the moment. I've come across a couple of local rally drivers because they're not expecting anybody on the road, I don't think. But nice, very nice part of the country. So basically what we've done is all the way up to Fort William, head out towards Glenfinnan and then took a left for Strontane and Loch Lynn. And that there, in front of us, is Ben Nevis. That there is my old school. That's my old primary school.
Ah, no way.
Aye, there. That's my old primary school. That there. Aye.
You'll never go to school with that in your doorstep.
Huh?
You'd never go to school.
You'll pass my old house, but it's not there anymore. You know what I mean?
Ah, you bumped it down.
I wonder where it is. It must be just a house.
Back then it was made of straw. Back then it was made of straw.
Ah, well, the old primary school. So over in the distance there is Fort William. And down here is where I used to get the boat over to school. When I went up to secondary school, that was the primary school back there, and this is where I went into the primary school. I used to get the boat from here across to Fort William, where that car is just turning in now. Used to get the boat from there, a wee boat like that red one. Used to go across. This is where I used to get the boat, and it used to take you over to the red and white fish restaurant. Over there. That's and this is where I used to live, Trees Lake. This area from here down the road is Trees Lake. But the house is knocked down now, so but I'll stop in and have a wee gander. Crying. Right. I don't know if my house will be there, but definitely I'm sure my house got knocked down. This is where my house used to be here. That's where I lived. See where that fence is with the gate?
Oh.
That's where my house was.
Is it?
In there.
There's all his relatives.
Cheeky bastard. In the corner there. That's where my house used to sit there. There was another house there and one down there. There was a big dry stone wall here. You can just see the last of the wall. Yeah. That's where I was brought up, and that was my primary school back here. That's my family.
Oh. That's how you had your first shag in the bushes.
My house used to sit with that trees
Right.
and that fence there.
Okay.
So it did. And there was one there as well. And one over there. Oh. You better let that van by. Thank you.
It's a bit dodgy here, isn't it?
I always hold on to it. There they. Right, across the water at Corn Ferry and now down to Glencoe. Right, that was a good wee trip. All the way up Fulham, all the way around all the back roads. Made it across round Strontain and all that sort of stuff, and then into Corn Ferry. Now going to head to Glencoe. If anybody needs fuel, we can get it there. Jimmy needs a beer. No, a beer. Needs a coffee. So here we are, Glencoe village. It's been dry all day on the return leg. Just coming into Glencoe. And now we have the rain. Is it worth putting waterproofs on? That's cool. Oh, a Morgan or something. Nice.